To finish this module, let's have a look at signal chains in mAudio. What is a signal chain? Well, simply a signal chain refers to the end-to-end audio processing path that you put together. It's sometimes called the audio pipeline or an audio playback graph. And in the course I talked about earlier, Digital Audio Fundamentals, I give several examples of audio signal chains. But I'll just give you one example here. If you're a guitarist, you might take the output from your guitar and plug it into a tuner, and the output from that and plug it into a distortion pedal, and then the output from that and plug it into a delay pedal, and then the output from that and plug it into an amplifier. And that's your signal chain. As you can see, the audio has been passed from component to component, from input to output. And within audio, you're doing very much the same thing. You're taking an input, or maybe more than one input, and then chaining it through various processing stages before finally connecting it to an output. So what sort of things can be in a signal chain in mAudio? Well, there are inputs, which create sound. One input might be your sound card, you're recording some audio, but another input might be a file that already exists, or a signal generator. Then there are effects. The job of an effect is simply to modify the sound. Or codecs. These don't modify the sound, but they do modify the audio format, the way the audio is stored. Often in a signal chain, the job of the codec initially is to get the audio into PCM format, and then maybe at the end of the signal chain you use the codec again to get it into a compressed format. There are mixers, which allow us to combine together multiple inputs, and buses that allow us to send the same audio over different paths. There are also visualizations. So the tuner in my example above is a visualization. It doesn't change the sound, but it analyzes it in some way. And finally, there are outputs. The most common outputs would be output to your sound card or output to a file, but you might stream the audio out over the network, for example.